All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you 3 different problems that are just straight up division. Then we're going to look at some word problems, and you are going to solve all of them. Good luck, and then you can work on your problem set. So 306 divided by 5. Go ahead and solve this problem. Then you'll have to answer the question. Good luck. Your answer should have been 61 remainder 1. Here's why. I could not divide 3 into 5 groups. 5 does not multiply times anything to get close to 3. It's past it. So I put a 0. 0 hundreds times 5 is 0 hundreds. Notice my hundreds, tens, ones. There's a few of you, Lexi and Callista, that should write those. 3 is 6 minus 0 is 6. 0 minus 0 is 0. 3 minus 0 is 3. Then I said I'm in the tens place. 30 tens, not 0 tens, 30. Don't forget to underline that, some of you. 30 tens divided by 5 groups is 6 in each group because 6 times 5 is 30. If I count by 5s, I get 6 times to get to 30. 6 tens times 5 is 30 tens, which is 300. Subtract again, I have 6 ones. Ones place, 6 divided by 5 is 1. Remainder of 1. Check it. Make sure you are correct. If you're not, redo. All right, if you didn't get that right, you better start raising your hand right now. All right, next one. 69 divided by 3. Go ahead and pause while you solve that. You should have gotten 23 because 69 divided by 3, 6 tens divided by 3 groups is 2 in each group. 2 tens times 3 is 6 tens. Subtract it, you get 9. 9 ones divided by 3 groups, 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9, with 0. Here is my check. All right, and here's the last problem I'm going to have you guys try out. 5,241 divided by 4. Go ahead and pause while you work on it. Alrighty, if you divided this out, you should have gotten 1,310, remainder 1. If you didn't get that, you probably should raise your hand for some help. What I did is I took my 5,000s, notice I labeled them, divided by 4 groups, put 1 in each group. If I count by 4s, I get 1. 1,000 times 4 is 4,000. Subtract it, I get 1,241. Then I have my hundreds. I don't have just 2 hundreds, I have 12 hundreds. Underline it so you know what you have. 12 hundreds divided by 4 is 3. 3 hundreds times 4 is 12 hundreds. Subtract and you get 41. 41 tens? No way. I have 4 tens. Remember, you look at the number that's in that place. 4 tens divided by 4 groups is 1. 1 10 times 4 is 40. It leaves me with 1. 1 divided by 4 doesn't happen, so I have to have that 0 placer. You must have a number, a digit, above each place. 0 times 4 is 0. Subtract and I get 1. Remainder 1. And there's your check. All right, we're going to go ahead and look at a word problem now, and we're going to go through it together. I really want you to get that, and then I'll give you one on your own. All right, so why don't you go ahead and get your problem set out, and I want you to get out problem set 3.31. Pause while you do that. We are going to do problem set question number 4 for number 331. Pause if you need to get there. We use the RADW process, so we read first. Rita made 5 batches of cookies. There was a total of 2,400 cookies. If each batch contained the same number of cookies, how many cookies were in 4 batches? Answer statement. The question says, if each batch contained the same number of cookies, how many cookies were in 4 batches? Blank cookies were in 4 batches. Be careful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my total top and break into my 5 batches. Pause while you do that. You notice my boxes aren't even. That's okay. Don't worry about it. So I have 2,400 cookies into 5 batches. If I want to know what's in each batch, I must divide 2,400 by 5 because I need to know what's in each one. That way I can figure out how many are in 4. So go ahead and pause while you divide. You should have gotten 480 cookies. And since I divided it by 5, that means there's 480 in 1, 480 in 1, and so on. You divide to find out how many are within 1 piece. But I want to know how many are in 4 batches. So I need to add up all of those. Or something that's faster, which is multiplication. I take what's in 1 batch and I multiply it by 4. This is a 2-step problem. Pause while you solve that. You should have gotten that there are 1,920 cookies in 4 batches. Be very, very careful. Make sure you pay attention to how many numbers you're looking for here. All right, you're going to go into number 5 and do it by yourselves. Let's see how you do. Every day, Sarah drives the same distance to work and back home. If Sarah drove 1,005 miles in 5 days, how far did Sarah drive in 3 days? Pause while you do it. This one was tricky. You had to pay attention to the fact that there were 5 groups, 5 days. So I divided 1,005 by 5. If you didn't do this model, you need to do it. And I got 201. This one was tough because when I got to the tens place, there were 0 tens. So I went, oh, nothing divided by 5 is nothing. I had to squeeze that placer in there. That was tricky. So if you want to make sure you don't have that problem like me, just put a 0 there. Then I had 1 5 left, which divided by 1. I checked it. I was right. But I didn't want to know that. I wanted to know 3 days. And look what I did. I made an error. I put 4 days. Good thing I double checked. 201 times 3. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 2 is 6. The answer should have been 603. Hopefully you got that and didn't make that mistake that I made by stealing the 4 from above. All right, go work on your problem set with a partner.